Welcome to Blinking Owl Distillery. We are running my mash through the still. We're actually getting our first batch of alcohol. I have my law degree, but I needed more. So I went back to school for my MBA, Making Barrel Aged. It's a program here at Blinking Owl where you get to make your own whiskey.
You have to start with either a starch or a sugar, because starch turns into sugar if you break it down. Yeast eats sugar to make alcohol, and we need to get the alcohol then away from that formerly starchy substance. And to do that, we do the distillation process. So distillation is simply the process of separating your alcohol from your water. And once you've done that, now you can do anything you want with the alcohol. You can either bottle it, barrel it, run it through the still again. There's a number of options at that point. Flavor it, add some botanicals to make a gin, but that's the basic process.
James just took a pH reading. We want to see the change in pH from the start of fermentation to the end of fermentation, and that tells us that everything's either going really smoothly, or if there was potentially a problem like a bacterial infection, the pH would be off.
We're taking care of the yeast. We're kind of like yeast babysitters. As long as they're happy, we're going to be happy.
Very excited. We just pump the mash over into the still, charge the still, fill it up, and then we can close all our valves, make sure it's sealed up and not leaking anywhere, and then we can apply steam, which begins to heat, kind of like almost like a bain-marie on a kitchen stove, heating up chocolate with a steam jacket around, nice warm, even heat, and that's how we heat up the mash on the inside of the pot. We're standing here by the control panel for the still, and all it's really doing is showing us different temperature readings, points along the still. So the top left one is the pot temperature. That's the one we watch maybe the most closely throughout the distillation run. And then the column, the top plate on the column, the water, the cooling water that goes into the column that condenses the vapors, we want to watch that pretty closely. And then over on the other side here is when the spirit starts coming out.
So we've got our still going. We've reached 173 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is the magic number where alcohol starts evaporating. Water is at 212, so we have this gap here. So this warm mash here is hot enough that the alcohol will go up and distill down, and we've got it running off here. Now, the tricky thing is that we want that ethanol, but it's also producing methanol, and that will kill you. Methanol is a poison that 30 milliliters can kill the average human. So it gives you bad hangovers and make you blind. Awful. So the first stuff that comes off is such a high volume of methanol, we've got to just discard it. We call it the heads. It'll come off and we'll run that for a little bit, and then we'll collect what's called the hearts, the good stuff. And that will distill later. Now it's a little milky, but when we do our finishing run, it'll be crystal clear. You smell it. So it will go through this still twice. First is the mash gets put in, we do the first dripping run, we get the low wines, and then we take this, put it back into the still, and run it through again in a finishing run. And there it's clarified and beautiful, and our alcohol content is increased. And from that finishing run, we then barrel the product to let it sit to age with that American charred oak. This program is awesome, and with the help of head master distiller here, Ryan Friesen, I think we've got some good whiskey on there.
I think we're making some really good stuff today.
I do too.